hard to believe, but every cell in our body seems to listen. Not literally, of course, but nearly everyone responds to music. Because music is vibration, and vibration has the power to calm, restore, and heal. Music has long moved beyond concert halls. Now it thrives in labs, hospitals, and rehabilitation centers. Music therapy touches the deepest strings of the soul, working through neurophysiology and psychology. In other words, it's a remarkable fusion of true art and science, a remedy without prescription, yet unfailingly effective. Music is vibration, and so are we, as long as our hearts beat. Those vibrations triggered by music could play a foundational role.
The human ear can detect them, but the body feels them. Some get goosebumps, others are moved to tears by this instrument.
Science has shown that our sensitivity to music begins in the womb. A mother's heartbeat is a fetus's first rhythmic experience. But external melodies, especially lullabies, also evoke responses. One theory suggests that goosebumps occur when we hear sounds similar to those we enjoyed in utero, a sensory memory coming to life. Music therapy is now widely used across the world. In Germany, it aids stroke rehabilitation. In Finland, it supports dementia patients. In Japan, it provides relief for those battling cancer. The US boasts thousands of certified music therapists, and in some hospitals, patients receive not only medicine but headphones with playlists tailored to their diagnosis.
Для европейского человека вот та музыка, о которой мы сейчас говорим.
For a European person, the music we're talking about, classical music, is native, just like their native language. English, Italian. If we take our countries, we were nomads for a long time, and our music is steppe music. There were many kui, terme. In this sense, this music is instinctively and subconsciously our native music.
Эта музыка является для нас подкорково, подсознательно родной музыкой. Вот и когда
And when it comes to creating a treatment formula, this formula will likely differ for the population of Europe, as well as for Asian and African countries.
той же Европы и для стран там азиатского континента, там африканских.
But the essence of the vibrations that music creates, the frequencies used in classical music, remain fundamental.
Используются при выполнении классической музыки. Они являются базовыми.
Music takes many forms: classical, folk, electronic, even noise. What matters is not the genre, but its influence. Take, for instance, a study conducted by the University of Berkeley, where 78% of post-surgery patients reported reduced pain and anxiety after listening to carefully selected musical sessions. I always recommend listening to music on vinyl records. Do you know why? Because of hertz. Take the note A, 440 hertz.
Настройка. Она несколько выше.
This tuning is slightly higher than what our consciousness and natural vibration require. For optimal resonance, a lower tuning, around 415-425 hertz, is more suitable. Vinyl records subtly reduce the purity of sound, making the experience more beneficial.
Звука, и тем самым такая музыка, она более полезная.
Music influences the brain in profound ways. It activates the auditory cortex, but its effects extend further. Emotions engage the limbic system, including the hippocampus, the key to memory. Movement-related areas like the cerebellum and motor cortex also respond. In essence, listening to music ignites dozens of brain regions, like a dazzling firework display. One of the most fascinating discoveries in in recent years is music's ability to enhance dopamine synthesis. This neurotransmitter is crucial for pleasure and motivation, but it also plays an essential role in movement. Dopamine deficiency is considered a major contributor to Parkinson's disease, when the body gradually loses control over movement.
В случае болезни Паркинсона это есть определенная группа ядер, которая отвечает за...
In Parkinson's disease, a specific set of brain nuclei governs balance. Tremors in the limbs are a constant factor, but a natural counterbalance system works to regulate them, ensuring steadier movements, something that can be trained. This is why, in rehabilitation, we conduct specialized patient workshops for Parkinson's disease at our clinic.
Паркинсона. Вот, и одной из неотъемлемых частей
A core element in both recovery and slowing disease progression is classical dance. Classical dance naturally integrates music. One cannot exist without the other. The rhythmic structure of movement improves coordination, and studies show that this process can slow the advancement of the disease.
улучшает координацию, вот, и замечено, что болезнь притормаживает.
Kazakhstan does not yet have formal institutions dedicated to music therapy, but the practice exists through tradition, experience, and enthusiasm. More importantly, there is a strong cultural foundation where music has long been regarded as a powerful tool for influence. Consider the Dombura, Sabizgi, Sazsernai, and of course the Kobez. The Kobez holds a sacred place in heritage, believed to ward off evil spirits, dispel curses, and even heal severe ailments.
The qobuz was played by extraordinary individuals, baqsi, shamans, healers, who used music as their tool. Through this instrument, they performed melodies that carried their unique imprint. These sounds led them into a trance where the qobuz became a bridge between worlds. In this altered state, they communicated with spirits and ancestors, channeling their energy to heal.
The Kobez's sound is unlike any other. It hums, vibrates, almost speaks. Research confirms that tones similar to its timbre stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's mechanism for relaxation, recovery, and regeneration. What does a musician experience when playing this ancient instrument? Why do people fall silent or even shed tears upon hearing its voice?
When you play the qobuz, people feel something immediate, like echoes of their ancestors, the pulse of nature itself. The instrument paints landscapes through sound. If you look at it closely, turn it a certain way, it resembles a bird, the swan. This is Akko, the sacred bird of the Kazakhs, just like the qobuz itself.
У казахов священные птицы, так же, как этот инструмент.
You can see the beak, the eyes, the long neck, the curved body. This instrument is capable of so much, it can conjure the sound of the wind, and as you play, you hear it rushing past. It can mimic birds taking flight, swans soaring through the sky. It can recreate the howling of wolves, the galloping of horses. Everything about it is nature, it is truth. Perhaps that's why people feel such a deep connection when they hear the qobuz. Its voice carries the past, the voices of those who came before. To me, the qobuz doesn't simply play, it sings, it tells a story woven through time.
The sound of the Kobez is more than music. It is an experience. Low-frequency vibrations resonate deep within the body, reaching the very bones. This is not just artistic expression. Researchers in Japan have developed vibroacoustic chairs that produce waves similar to those of the qobuz. Patients with anxiety disorders and chronic pain report relief after just a few sessions. The difference? The qobuz is alive, and it carries a legacy spanning millennia. If the kobez carries the raw power of the open steppe, the organ embodies the voice of enclosed spaces. Its sound doesn't merely fill a room, it seems to breathe life into the very walls. The organ is one of the few instruments whose vibrations affect not only hearing, but the body itself. Its sound, like a force of nature, can be soft and elusive like mist, or commanding like a storm. It ranges from a delicate whisper to tremors so deep they make stone columns shudder.
The organ is designed much like the human body. It is a wind instrument, it breathes. Its lungs are called bellows, even its pipes bear resemblance to a face, with small cheeks, a mouth, the parallels are striking. Its sound is rich with timbres, each carrying its own wave-like frequency that positively affects the human body. Just as every organ within the human body functions on its own wavelength, when these frequencies synchronize, the body experiences healing, balance and peace.
Тогда человек получает оздоровление, тогда человек получает умиротворение.
Paired with the acoustics of a cathedral, the organ can induce a state known as catharsis, emotional purification. Live organ music can stir a range of emotions, from unease to deep relief. This is therapy without words. Research shows that after an organ concert, cortisol levels drop, heart rate stabilizes, and breathing becomes more rhythmic. These physiological markers indicate inner balance. This is why the organ is increasingly used in music therapy projects. It speaks directly to the body.
In music, sounds are categorized into consonants and dissonances. Consonances integrate harmoniously into perception, while dissonances can feel disruptive. Infants are born attuned to consonances. They instinctively react negatively to sudden, harsh sounds. This sensitivity is deeply ingrained, almost genetic. Similarly, when a person listens to organ music seeking serenity, choosing compositions rich in harmonious tones fosters a state of peaceful reflection. We may not consciously feel it, but medical instruments detect bursts of impulses like fireworks, reverberating through the body with a healing effect.
Modern music therapy embraces not only traditional instruments but also electronic sounds, voice, and even silence. Yes, silence itself can be therapeutic. Music therapists work across diverse fields because music doesn't ask who you are or where you're from. It simply works. It creates an atmosphere where healing becomes possible. A lullaby from childhood, a rhythm mirroring a heartbeat, or a sound never heard before, yet somehow deeply familiar. I encourage everyone to think seriously about music therapy, because what we listen to matters. What our children listen to matters. It's no secret that 70 to 80% of online music today is destructive. This isn't just about healing with music. It's also about protecting oneself from its harmful effects. Certain frequencies can negatively impact the body, leading to depression, heightened irritability. This might explain why so many teenagers today seem restless, because the music they consume agitates their minds, pulling them from a state of calm into anxiety. The brain enjoys stimulation, it craves disruption. But is that truly beneficial? In Kazakhstan, music therapy has yet to be integrated into national healthcare programs. The profession of music therapist does not officially exist in medical classifications, no university departments, no standardized guidelines. Yet, demand is growing. People are searching for ways to manage stress, anxiety, and fatigue, and more often they find answers in music. Some projects are developing locally within psychological and educational centers, in rehabilitation for children with cerebral palsy, autism, and trauma recovery.
Концерты старинной музыки, концерты орган.
Concerts of early music, organ performances, harp, kilkobez, vocal music in particular is deeply therapeutic. And I want to add, since I'm an opera singer, I encourage everyone to sing, even those who believe they cannot. Just sing. Sing in the shower. Sing when you're happy. Sing when you're sad. Because when we sing, we awaken vibrations within ourselves. Every sound that emerges from us travels through the body, cleansing us in the process.
Нас исходит, он проходит через весь организм. И он тем самым нас очищает.
Thank you.